Oh, again, a 00 red light in Junior Street. Oh. So there goes Dallas. Unfortunately, this one's over very quickly. Dallas turned it a little bit red. Baker, tower side, the square body Chev. Jen is your winner. She had a nice 21 light, doing a nice job on the starting line. At the finish line, comes up well under the 1067 dial, but that's okay. They simultaneously light their stage bulbs. Oh, Tyler turns it red by 8 thousandths of a second.
Red light start for Dallas on the first pair by just 12th thou. Jack is through to round number 2. Running down track, Emily will look to put one away. Got there first, went under the dial by 400ths. Grayson is into the next round. Pair of green lights on this one. Hunter T getting the whole shot over Nate and stays in front. So Hunter T knocks Nate out in round 1 of eliminations. And Paige with a mishap on the tree is going to be knocked out in the first round. Cadence is into the next one. Owen left first with Alex now chasing him down to the 8th. Makes the pass. And going up to the 8th. Breakout for Wesley. Got there first, but goes under by 700ths. Ashton will take it to round 2. And Hunter G will turn on the red light. Adam will move on to the next round. And a big red light start for Adeline as she rolls through the beams and the car loses fire. Nash with the free pass into the next round. Bentley with the bye. Takes it down to the 8th mile mark. And goes 898 at 71. Two green lights once again. And at the 8th mile mark, no breakouts here. McKenna was trip zip 6 off the dial, but it is not enough to beat a better light. Jackson won that one on a hole shot. 8:59 will take it to victory lane for, well, not quite victory lane, but at least a round 2. Racing Abbey for Lorca Auto Parts, Pioneer Truck and Trailer, TNT Auto Parts, and Wilco. 8:25 to the 8:07. And double breakout. Abbey will be the one that moves on. Only 700ths under the dial. Red light start for your 2022 champion. Lexi is through to round number 2. And on the bye run, he'll make that a pass of an 8:08 at 81 miles an hour. Only 10th thou under the dial. Total 22 thou package from start to finish. Not a bad run. Make it now fully staged. 2 green lights. 2 pretty good ones as well. 019 to an 013, and at the 8th, double breakout. It'll go the way of Nick. Al Proc caught napping on the tree. A 0.4 of a second reaction time will easily give the win to Andy Klosky over in the left lane. Dave Shirk turns on the red light. And Lorenz Schwartz with the free pass into round number 2 for Bubba's Beach Shop Pro Bracket. Fortunes Larco Auto Parts with special thanks to Bobby Ellis and Chris Armstrong, dial 1085. Racing Daryl Tippy in the 1962 Chevy 2. And breakout for Daryl Tippy. Mike Renders into the second round. And at that quarter-mile mark, Mal Patterson makes the pass for the win. Dennis Winton knocked out in the first round of eliminations. Two green lights. Both of them pretty decent, but one of them has got a big gap on the other, but it won't matter. Ross Walker's 002 live will go to waste as he breaks out. Oh, he breaks too much at the top end. And Bobby Ehlers makes the pass by just 10th thou for the win. Stone makes the pass by 19 thousandths, knocking out Valley for the second round. John Tabak will move on into the second round, picks off Grant Gordon for the win. Rich Dies goes under the mark by 14 thousandths. Dylan Scott is taking it in to round number 2. And it'll be James Dobson to take it into the next round as Scott Wilson goes too quick. Sean Langley out in front after a very wild incident. Knocked that Mustang out of competition. He is now racing the Ford Escape just to get some points. Dustin Hunter will get around him. Both races away on the green. Only a 5 thou separation on the tree. And that turns into a win for Craig Johnson. Rick McKinney knocked out early. One away, two away. Monroe in hot pursuit of Ehlers. Straight down the quarter mile, double breakout, Ehlers, the lesser offender. Steve Baskerville taking off with Robert Gillick in tow. Into the quarter. Gillick breaks out. Baskerville's into the second round. red, Nick Douglas, is into the second round. Attention door slammers, attention door slammers. You're fully revised and I believe finalized. Dave Copeland will stay out in front of Gary Fawcett, and he will best Fawcett. And Dave Young will hang on by just 5 thousandths of a second to go to the second round. Red light start for Piscasek. Sylvia Hookstins is through to the second round of competition. And Hansen goes red by 7th thou, advancing McCauley through to the second round. Two drivers away on green lights. Grant Gordon trying to run down Getz and won't get there. Rob Getz will stay alive for the first round of competition. Copeland leaving first and Cassidy Langley following. And immediately has problems set in. Cassidy Langley going to pull over and stop on the left-hand side. And Copeland will get the freebie to the second round. And that is Cassidy Langley done and dusted. Two pairs of red lights on that one. Roland Lowen, though, red lit worse. 43 thou for Roland Lowen. Ladre only 4 thou. That brings up Sean Langley. Although down to the 1634, he might be actually trying to go to the second round here, so we'll see. I've seen Stranger at this place. See Baskerville in hot pursuit. Tell you what, this actually might be close up at the quarter mile. Baskerville's still chasing him. And how about that? Sean Langley, 3 tenths off the dial, but Sean Langley gets into the second round. And Jim Mantle goes red. Attention in the pits, attention in the pits. Bill Wells with the bye. And Ted Bosch jumping the gun way early on that one. John Tabak is going to be moving on. And boy, Dan Christensen now with a really delayed launch. So one launching way early, one launching way late. A strange starting then to Super Pro eliminations. Rochelle running down track and gets out there in front. Makes the pass on Mark Muscant. And again, the left lane leaving super late. 0.7 per second reaction time. That's 3 for 4 now. Red light start for Mike Stewart, and Kevin McNichol is into the next round. There we go. That's a little bit better. Gibson in hot pursuit of Parsons with a 008 light. Can't make the pass. Dan Parsons moves on into the second round. Only 200ths off the dial. Angelucci trying to stay in front, can't do it. Robertson makes the pass by 7th out. Both dragsters all over the groove as they run it down track, and to the quarter-mile mark, Jeremy Soares close to the wall, but gets it back in, and he takes the win by 6 thousandths. 2 green lights. Delavecchia tracking right, adjusts left. Delavecchia gets there, second, but Jenkins breaks out, putting Delavecchia into the second round. Gerard taking off, ripping after Craig Johnson. Quarter mile, Gerard makes the pass. Craig Johnson out in round 1.
4 bulbs lit. Here comes the altered. Does it get there? No. Brabender, 1062 on the 1060 dial. He was much better up front, although he was less than stellar with a 79 light.
So Darryl Tippett will move on with a free pass on a comp single into the second round. It's due to race rolling low, and so second comp single in a row, and the Meteor is through to the next round. Red white star for Rob Monroe Sr. and Chris Stone knocked out. Sorry, Chris Stone moving on into the second round. Rob Monroe Sr. the one that got knocked out with the 800th red light. Rob Monroe knocks out Rob Hodgson out of the gate. Rodenizer running down track. And at the quarter-mile mark, Rodenizer will move to the second round.
In his very cool new Chevy 2. He is out in front, Benke trying to run him down. Can he get there? I'm going to take a wild guess and say no. Well, yeah, he does. Benke gets to the stripe first by 49 thou to go 10:13 on the 10:05. Benke was 88 up front.
Momentarily.
So there goes Sylvia Hookston's Dustin Hunter. Gonna be doing some chasing here. Sylvia out front in her little Mustang. Here comes the Falcon. And he's coming Falcon fast. Dustin Hunter gets it done. He was 68 up front. Sylvia. Bam, he gets in there quick and he's gone. Little bit of tire shake. Car wanting to make a move towards the center line. Rod wow. After all that, he goes dead 3. Grant Howell, 66 with a 3 on the 766 dial. And Jay Severston. So a substantial starting line advantage for one of these two guys, and it is your winner. Winklehorse was 36 up front, then goes 33 on the 829, 833 on the 829. Aiden Kadnick behind the wheel of the Mustang, dialed 830. Schulte getting all kinds of loose there and awful close to the center line. Wisely decides, I got to back out of this. Black Chevelle. Both drivers get away clean, and Greg Field was absolutely awesome. Check this out. 008 up front on a Pro 410s tree. He's going to lead first. Somebody just went trip zip, and it was your winner. Trip zip with a 4.811 on the 809 dial. A little snoozy on the starting line, but when you're on the freebie, it's all good. Hutch's Transmissions and Menser Motorsports. Andy Hatton behind the wheel of the Grinch. He's got his work cut out for him. Can he turn the wind light on? No, he can't. 820 with a 9 on the 820 dial, but 46 on the tree. Very tough looking 1970 Camaro. Scott Robinson, another past champ. Based on his 007 light, it's not a stretch that this guy would be a past champ. 762 with a 2, dial 726 here in round 1. Well, here's an easy one for John. Not sure what happened today, but I heard John pedaling pretty early. Mark's in. Brad's in. So one of these drivers picking up 19 thou on the starting line, and it was your winner, Brad Powell. Goes 838 on the 840 dial to win a double breakout. Thompson way under. Hey, listen up. We'll put juniors on standby. Ooh, a little bit of shaky for Derek Shirk, but he drove through it and gets the win. How about 795 on the 766? Good enough. Darren Buick. 22 thou difference on the starting line. TLD way over by the center line. Looked like a fairly easy one for Paul Stretch. 62 on the 33. Good enough. Once again, we'll make another standby call for juniors. Junior Street, Junior Thunder, Junior Lightning. Please be ready to go. You are on standby. So Bollinger comes up 806 with a 6 on the 805 dial for their second round of competition in, I don't know, an hour, something like that. So who do we have now, Nolan?
Well, it's going to be Rich Graves as they roll into BC Super Shifters.
Into the ground. Absolutely brutal on the starting line. Poor Brian's down there going, what are you doing?
double breakout. John DePork only under by 6 thou, while Posick was 400ths under. So DePork getting in fully into the beams. Lim Ruch in just behind. Freezing off and away. Ruch off and away. Ruch drifting left. Corrects back to the center, but the green light on the starting line, nothing to celebrate about. But how about that? He's going to make a 4/10 of a second reaction time work for him. Will Friesen took way too much out of the brakes at the top end.
Well, there you go.
You got it from Jamie Roth, and it'll go up against Will Zork's red light. So Jamie Roth threw it around 2.
And did Will Zork's red light start with a 0? No, it didn't. It started with a 1. So kind of a cool little factoid about the 70 Buick that we see in the left lane. Alf Weeb driving that car. It's actually owned by retired Pro Stock racer Jason Line.
And well, he'll take that to the victory too. 1 pair of green bulbs. Throttle stops, released. Downey trying to stay out in front of Christensen. On the brakes, double breakout. And Downing is into the next round.
Hey, listen up, Door Slammers. The ladder has been updated, and you can check it out on the Facebook group. Once again, Door Slammers, check out the updated ladder on your Facebook group. 1 second. Oh, Dave Stobie unable to hold it in the beams. Josh Meloff had not yet lit the 4th bulb. And, well, kind of a weird deal, but Josh Meloff moving on to round number 2.
Jerry Up and Herman Cloud running down track. And it'll be Herman Cloud to move on into the next round. So Jerry Up will knock that Mustang out in the first round of competition.
So now Martin Rochelle and Brandon Hutchinson. Brandon also doing the super gas thing. And he's done. 34 red. So Martin was 009 up front. How close can he get to the 1090? How about dead on with a 7? Been a division champion in Super Pro. And has racked up lots of wins in many classes. Warren Jacobson, trip zip, baby. Unfortunately, well, not really that unfortunate. It doesn't matter, but well, we'll make a call now for Pro Bracket to the lanes. Pro Bracket. This is your call to the staging lanes. One more time. Pro Bracket. Pro Bracket. Bring them on down.
Two green bulbs once again, so an all-green Junior Street semifinal round. And a double breakout. Sophia got there first, went too quick. Taryn will face off against James in the final. Running down track and a breakout for Bentley, just 2 thou under the mark. We'll see the win go the way of Cadence. Firing down track. And it'll be Grayson moving on. Goes 9:23 on the 920 dial. Red light start for Nash, and Ashton will be moving on to the quarterfinals. Adam with the bye run, running down the 8th mile mark. And Lexi goes red. Nick is into round number 3. Door slammers on standby. Canada West door slammers. This is your standby call. Jackson goes red. Connor will be in to the semifinals. Red light start for Mal Patterson. And John Tabak is into round 3. Mike Render turns on the red light. So Lorenz Schwartz will take that one into the quarterfinals. And Christo makes the pass. Walter Johnson knocked down and out in second round of eliminations in pro bracket. Dobson goes red. Could not be patient enough. Baskerville is into the next round. And Ralph Ehlers going to take the win as Dylan Scott turns on the red light. Scott bumping through the beams before the tree was red. He could not hold it on the line. Oh, and Douglas will go red. Took the win in round 1. He would be knocked out in round 2. Ryan Ledre will race Dustin Hunter. And Hunter couldn't hold it in the beams. Ledre gonna go red. Two green bulbs. Klosky running down track. Doesn't make the pass. Craig Johnson stays out in front. Rolling into Vancouver Car Wrap Sportsman. Dave Copeland races Ann Copeland. And in the Copeland duo, the husband goes red. Ann Copeland is through to the quarterfinals. Bill Wells seeing if he can run down Joel Smith. Smith, right side, still out in front, stays in front, but goes under. Bill Wells moves into the next round. Bring up Andrew Valley down to 13:51 for the Buick Skylar. Kevin McCauley running down track out of 11:65. To the quarter. Give it up. Andrew Valley, 13:65, 87 miles an hour. Made it out of the first round, seeing if he could somehow go to the not to the semis, to the quarters. And it was not meant to be, as Langley turns on the red light. Rob Getz also turned on the red light. But Langley, the worst of the bunch. Down track we go. double breakout gives it the way of Sylvia Hoekstens, your 2023 champion, knocked out in round 2. Ryan Ledre and Dave Jump. Chevelle v. Malibu. And at the quarter, Ledre will hang on, makes the pass for the win. Green lights a pair. Running down track. Can Rod Leclerc get him? Yes, he does. Awkward launch on both sides. Rod Leclerc somehow turns a 1-second reaction time into a W. Otto Schulte brings it up against John DeYoung for the next pair. John DeYoung in hot pursuit of Schulte. Camaro trying to best Cavalier. Both cars wobbling a bit as they get to the quarter-mile mark. John DeYoung having to lift early, goes under in the process. Otto Schulte is into the next round. And with a breakout from Paul Stretch, Derek Shirk will be moving on to round number 3. And Jason Field in hot pursuit of Grant Howell trying to rip that one out the back door. Gets there first, but breaks out by just 2 thou. And Grant Howell is in to round 3. Racing out to the quarter-mile mark. Scott Robinson gets there by 1 thou. Mike Kenworthy could not stay in front. Green lights. Field, whoa, look out. Gets all over the groove, still puts his foot in it. Runs that one out the back door, but not enough for the win. Howie Winklehorst will hang on. And Greg Field with a wild save, able to try to get his foot in it. Valiant effort. Ray Bollinger and Brad Powell. Next pair down track. Quarter-mile mark. Brad Powell will lock out Ray Bollinger and move on to round number 3. 1 away. 2 away. Jeremy Soares chasing down the roadster as they reach the quarter mile. Closing, makes the pass. 2 thou. Gives it to the dragster. Jeremy Soares is into the quarterfinals. Dan Parsons seeing if he can outlast Clint Delavecchio. Delavecchio down track. Makes the pass. Dan Parsons knocked out. Another combo runner out of competition. Transmissions Engine Banky Racing. Pair of green bulbs. Wes Voth trying to run down the Nova. Top end doesn't get there. McNichol out in front, won that on a hole shot. And quite a lot of smoke at the top end for Wes Voth. Tabac's away. Gerard's away. Emily Gerard chasing down John Tabac on the left lane. Can she get around him at the quarter? Yes, she does. Emily Gerard is through to the quarters. Running down track, Rob Monroe stays out in front of Dennis Winton. So Monroe going to be moving on. Rodenizer. Rodenizer taking off. and Lowen. Jared Bavander and Daryl Tippy, the next pair to run down. Up to the quarter mile. Bavander gets there first, makes the pass. 2 away. Hunter chasing. Gets there first, gets there too quick. Stone to round 3. Jim Banky on the bye. He turns it red. Rich Graves will move on into the semifinal round of Super Shifters. And Jamie Roth turns it red. So John DePort will get the bye run into the final. Oh, and Bruce could not be patient. Turns on the Reds. Alf Weeb into the semis. He'll face off against Rich Graves. Both cars picking up the front wheels. Whoa, look, Joe Meloff getting a bit crossed up, and he's going to abort that run. So easy win there from Art Downey to the top end as Meloff almost lost it. And James running down track. Taryn trying to see if Taryn can stay out in front, and she does. Taryn takes it in Junior Street. Caden's trying to chase down Alex. Alex out in front. Alex sent packing. 3 thou under the dial. And it's a red light start for Grayson. Couldn't make it. Adam is into the semis to face off against Ashton. Running down track, Connor or Abby. Who faces Nick in the final round? It'll be Connor, as Abby got there first, but breaks out in the process. And top man, Ashton, is into the final round against Cadence. Peregrine ones. Nick trying to get there first ahead of Connor. And he does, 2/10,000ths of a second. Tightest margin of victory on the afternoon. And by the smallest of margins, by about an inch, Nick takes it in Junior Lightning. Santa Monica Group, David, Trudy, and the lead belts. Over in TCS side, Ashton's away, Cadence away. G-Get Performance trying to stay out in front. Cadence closing, closes too quick. Ashton takes it in Junior Thunder.
I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a drag race here. Both of them pretty close on the tree. It's going to come down to the top end. And Andrew Valley taking the win. Running a 1388 on his 1381 dial. And Copeland in that little 2016 Subaru. Gonna give it her best bet here. Gonna give her a gold college try. Oh, and Bill nails the tree. Oh, but Bill can't put it together with Ann Copeland taking the win, going 1564 on a 1553. Chris Stone going 009 on the tree. So he's, you could say he's feeling it right now, I'm thinking. Jeremy puts together a nice little 028 on the tree. Going a 745 on his 746. And we are going to have a good race here. Kevin McNichol going 1011 on the 1010. 017 with a 6 on the tree. Both Super Pro and Pro. Looking to take that nice little Monte Carlo into the winner's circle in 2 classes tonight and see what he can do. Lorenz going 09 on the tree. Running a 1013 on a 1010. As we like to call him, Kendrick Lowe. Rob Monroe Jr. going 031 on the tree. Running a 1049 on the 1052. There for that tree to come down. Jim hanging the wheels out there, running him down. Jim going at 1020 on his 1011. Roll high. So guess what, folks? A story as old as time. Chris Stone will be taking on Jim Banky in the semifinals of Hot Rod.
Whoa, boy, Alomar hopping the front wheel as he takes off. Tom Duran goes red, trying to chase him. And Alomar is through to the final round. Two green lights. Bill McDonald way over to the right side of the groove, gets back into it, trying to outlast Storzuk. Storzuk goes too quick by just 4 thou. Bill McDonald is into the final.
Need it moved. 5541. RV 5541. We need it moved, please.
Andrew Valley taking the by run in Sportsman. And you talk about Copeland going rounds, Kevin. I mean, she's been doing that all season long. Copeland has very much been proving that street cars can very much compete with even the best racers out there. It's not all about the top end speed. It's all about how you manage the tree and how you manage the brakes at the top end. Copeland Subaru down to 1553. Copeland away, Ladre away. 3.6 liter Subaru trying to stay in front of the 468 Cubic against Chevelle. Well, didn't stay in front, but Ladre went under by 37 thou, and Copeland is into the final.
And Copeland going rounds in that little SUV. Love to see it. So I'm just going to make a quick announcement here.
You'll get the advance. You just have to move through those beams under your own power. So Lorenz Schwartz going to move forward, pick up the reaction time, and they're going to back him out. McNichol away. Oh, Soares goes red! 6 thou red on the tree. McNichol faces off against Schwartz in the Super Pro final. And Stone now turns on the red light. 200's red for a driver that's got so many notches under the wind column. Put Jim Banky into the final round against Rob Monroe Jr. 2 green lights. One of these racers faces off against Craig Johnson in the final round. Top end. And it's gonna be Chris Stone knocking out Lorenz Schwartz. 2 good lights. Running up to the quarter-mile mark. Craig Johnson will knock out John DeBack. And that Malibu wagon really racking them up. And Oman goes red. Bill McDonald will take the motorcycle final. Copeland away. Bit of a wait for Andrew Valley. Both racers away on green lights. This is one for that quarter-mile mark. One of those lights, though, quite a bit better than the other. Top end of the racetrack. Andrew Valley will take it by 11th thou. He goes to victory lane. Oh, and Jim Banky goes red. Rob Monroe wins it. An old car center hot rod. Jim Banky just a little too quick on the jump.
Couple of green lights. Oh boy. Mr. Stone is not going to be happy with himself. Craig Johnson with an easy win. How about that? 58 on the 57, one above with a 6. So Kevin McNichol left on time. How about 009? Then 2 above the 10-11 dial.